And I'm here in beautiful place in San Jose, Marriott Hotel. My body just loves it here. And I was just looking this morning at making demands and making the demand for something to happen, like choosing something. And I've heard, hi everybody, I've heard a few times, like, okay, so you have to make a demand for something to show up. And I was like, making a demand, going into my head, like, how does that look like? Yes, I would like to create more. And so yesterday evening and this morning, I suddenly looked at it and I knew, like, about 3.5 years ago, I was taking my first bars class in Belgium and I had no idea why. I just saw one of my friends going, like, flying in life, and I just knew, like, okay, whatever, I'm just gonna do that day. And the minute that facilitator, which was Kapana, said, like, hey, she told about access, and she just dropped the name Costa Rica, and I just went, like, I'm going there. And I had no idea what was Costa Rica. So then after that class, I went home and I went looking at what was going on in Costa Rica, and that was the facilitators training, which included a list of classes and a budget that I had never, ever, ever created in my life. And I just looked at that and I was like, whoa, okay, well, let's go for it. And in 1.5 years, I just created everything. And yesterday and this morning, I looked back at that and I was like, wow, that was actually making a demand. I was just like, that, I want that. I don't know what it is, but I know I want that. And now what? So, looking back at where in your life have you been making demands? And demand is not something that goes through your head and where you go into straight calculations, but it's something you know. You just know, like, I'm going to choose that. I need to be there. I'm going to create that. Even if it's totally illogical, if it's totally irrational. Because why am I making this video? The moment you start recognizing the energy of that moment, like, it's as if you're like, for me, it's like a dart playing. It's just like, boom, oh, why am I going there? Why do I need to do this? I just know I'm going to do it. So how does demand look like for you? And what have you made? Like, if you have ever heard that word, or maybe you're doing access and you have heard people saying about that, like, okay, so are you willing to make the demand to create more money, the demand to create more traveling, the demand to have more ease with your body, whatever demand you're actually looking at to create. And what I've done a lot is then go into, oh yeah, demand, how does that look like? What should I, like, how is the right way to put in a demand? Which has actually nothing to do with the energy of just making the demand. Like, okay, whatever it takes, I'm going to have that, I'm going to create that. And yeah, I just realized this morning after, like, being here for the 4th time, but the 3rd time to renew my license, like, that demand was something irrational, but it was so easy. It was just like, I'm going to do that. And I have no idea why. I have no idea what it's going to create in my life. And it changed everything. So what demand can you make today without going into the heaviness, without going into your head, without going into first trying to find out how you're going to make that demand work, and if it's going to work out? Because if it doesn't, maybe you will fail. What if that had nothing to do with making demands? So what are you actually looking to create for, where you go into your head and then you actually fuck it up? That if you would just, like, make the demand, like, okay, I want, or I'm just gonna, like, I demand more money. And then start asking, like, okay, what do I have to be? What do I have to create? What do I actually have to choose for that can start showing up? And sometimes that means, like, investing money. So there is nothing linear in all of that. Like, if you ask for a greater life, chances are that you will have to make greater choices, that you will have to go totally out of your comfort zone, that you will have to invest money, that you will have to create things that you probably have never created before, that you will have to choose things that you probably have never chosen before. And maybe that's not directly today, but if that demand is in place, even if it's 3 years later or along the way, it can just start showing up in the most weirdest ways. So this is actually why I'm in this hotel. Because, like, my body loves it here, and I'm making the demand to be in places where my body is actually nurtured. Because I know if I'm in these places, I actually start creating way more. because I don't have to worry about like, oh, I don't feel so great. And like this morning I woke up and they were actually building right above my room, and I just went to the desk and I was like, hey, this is really not working. Can you please replace me? Do you have like a better room? And the fun thing about these really nice hotels is that they're often like super willing to just like straight away make changes to make you feel comfortable. So that's one of the demands I'm making, like to go to places that actually work for my body. And before, I was used to sleep in bedrooms with 12 other people because I just desire to create trainings and I just told myself all the time, I don't have the money, I don't have the money, I don't have the money. So that was where I ended up, like sometimes not sleeping and sometimes bad sleeping. Somebody's having a birthday here. And that's something I'm really looking at to change now, because I know like that affects all my creations. So what demand could you start making? And even if it's totally illogical, even if it's totally out of your reach, what if that is not relevant? You making the demand is what's relevant for you to create the life you desire. So maybe that rings a bell for you. Maybe it's a contribution. I hope so. And I wish you a beautiful day. Hi, Josette. There are a lot of people. So awesome. Good to see you here. And see you soon somewhere around the world. Have a good day. Bye.